Right. This is again a hoop jumping exercise. And what I'm going to do half equations. And then I'm going to combine them. I'm starting now with the more difficult ones. So, I want to know what the half equation is if I start with manganate Roman numeral 7 and it goes to manganese 2 plus. How can I sort this equation? Hoop number 1. Find the species that's being oxidized or reduced. Well, we know that the manganese is 7 plus. So we got the 7 plus manganese there. And we got a 2 plus manganese over there. What is the problem? Well, the problem is 5 electrons. You can only balance a manganese that is 7 plus with a manganese that is 2 plus by adding 5 electrons over there. I'm only looking at the manganese. I'm ignoring the oxygen. Because the manganese is going from 7 plus to 2 plus. So it needs to get 5 electrons. Well, I'm adding 5 electrons. Hoop number 2. I'm going to look at the overall package. 5 minus, 1 minus, that is 6 minus, and that is 2 plus. How can I make 6 minus equal to 2 plus? By adding 8 protons. The problem what I've got now is, I've got 8 protons, I've got 4 oxygens. Oh yes, that's easy. I'll get rid of them by writing down 4 molecules of water. My half equation is done. Let's do the next one. I'm just sticking to half equations at the moment. We all know this from AS. It's the dichromate, it's orange, and if you react it with an alcohol, it turns green because chromium 3 plus is being formed. Same hoops, but do a little bit of extra thinking here. Oh yes, I've got 2 chromiums. So let's put a 2 there first. Yeah, always think about stoichiometry. Right, what is the oxidation state of the chromium there? 6 plus. So what was the first thing that I've done? I'm looking at the species, the chromium here, because that is having a change in oxidation state. This is 12 plus, because 2 chromiums, and that is 6 plus. How can I make 12 plus equal to 6 plus? Literally, by adding 6 electrons. Now I'm looking at the overall package. 6 minus 2 minus, that is 8 minus, and this is 6 plus. How can I make 8 minus equal to 6 plus? By adding 14 protons. Oh yes, and then I get 7 molecules of water. What you can do on the left side, you can also do on the right side. In this case, it's all on the left side, but don't be surprised that you have to do exactly the same on the right side of the equation. I'm going for another example, I should just pick up from one of the questions that we're looking at. I'm not doing 1 and 2. I'm going to look, for instance, at the peroxide. I've got hydrogen peroxide, and it goes to oxygen. Well, let's have a good nose. This is on its own. Although I teach it nowadays differently in AS, I call it it's in its elementary form. Posh. What is the oxidation state here of the oxygen? -1. Do the same trick. How can I get, because it's the oxygen that changes, how can I get 2 minus to 0. Well, we're adding 2 electrons. But now I have to do it on the right hand side. Let's look at the overall charge. Neutral, 2 minus. Not a surprise that I have to add 2H plus. Yeah? Those two. Let's do another one, because I think it will make sense. Have a look at the oxalate. This is what we call oxalate. So it's C2O4 2 minus, and it goes to CO2. Right, oxidation state of carbon 4 plus. That's a special one. You don't see that often. Carbon is 3 plus. First things first, I've got 2 carbons, so I've got 2 carbons there. Yeah, so stoichiometry is done. Let's have a look. This is 6 plus, and that is 8 plus. How can I get 6 plus and 8 plus the same? By adding 2 electrons over there. And you can see, hopefully, immediately, I'm finished now. I don't have to do anything else, because I've got 2 carbons, 4 oxygens, 2 carbons, 2 oxygens. This overall is 2 minus. This is neutral, because that is also 2 minus. So I'm done. Right, a more difficult one is the thiosulfate. Same thing what we're doing, but this is a bit more interesting. And then I will finish this off with the other equation. First things first, let's put a big 2 in front of there. Oxidation states. So this is 2 plus. And this is, that's an interesting one. Because if you think about it, it's 2.5. 2.5 as oxidation state does not exist, ladies and gents. That means that 2 sulfurs stay 2 plus, and the other 2 sulfurs are 3 plus. This should not come as a surprise. Remember this from AS, PB3O4. One lead is 2 plus, the other lead is 3 plus, and the other lead is 3 plus. So we would call that lead, Roman numeral 2, 3, oxide. This is quite common, nothing weird about it. You can just keep this as 10 if you want to. But let's just quickly wipe this out, because I'm not after oxidation states. If you want to know more about this, watch the oxidation state video. Same trick here. This is, now we need to think, 8 plus, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So this is 8 plus, let's just write it down, 8 plus, and this is 10 plus. How can I make it equal? By adding 2 electrons on the right hand side. And I'm done. Now, let's have a look at the overall package, what is happening, and I will go for that one, and then I'll wipe the rest out for a moment. So, we know the peroxide is reacting with the manganate, Roman numeral 7. So we got that one, and we got that one, so maybe it's more tactical that I wipe that out also. Right, as we hopefully can see, they speak the same language, but in a different dialect. And what do I mean with that? Well, this gives out 2 electrons, and that takes in 5. Which number do they have in common? 10. In other words, I need to multiply that by 2, I need to multiply that by 5. So in other words, this becomes 10 electrons plus 2 manganetes plus 16 protons, 2 Mn2 plus 8 waters, and that becomes 5, 5, 10, 10. Let's write it down as one equation, and I'm not going to eliminate anything yet. I'm sticking in 10 electrons, 2 of those. Oops, I thought something went wrong. This is just minus, plus 16H plus 5 peroxides. That will give you 2 Mn2 plus 8 waters, plus 5 oxygens, plus 10 electrons, plus 10 H plus. Right, what can we do? Goes in, comes out. That is gone. 16 protons going in, 10 coming out. So I can do that, and I can do that. And then I've got my overall equation. So the overall equation is going to be 2MnO4 minus plus 6 protons plus 5 peroxides gives you 2Mn2 plus 8 waters and 5 oxygens. If you are a good chemist, you just double check. 2 Mns, 16 hydrogens, I got 10 plus 8 plus 10. This equation is totally balanced.